broken generator. Good thing I took that mechanical engineering class. Ow, my ears! Camper! Get out of here, you camper!
I'm sorry. I'll go. Sorry again. Hey, wait a minute. You guys! All right.
Here we see Claudettes in their natural environment. Tall grass. I'm okay. I'll just walk it off. Just need a little rest. It's not as bad as it looks. I'm perfectly fine. Hanging from a dirty hook. Might as well get some exercise in. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Excuse me. No, excuse me. Wait, are you me? I think so. But how? Whoa. I wonder if another one will show up. It's the killer! No, that's just Nia.
So, 3 to wise, huh?
I gotta go. Me too. So many generators to do. Oh, perfect, a nurse. Does this wound you gave me earlier with that rusty blade look infected? Yeah, that's not helpful. Are you really a nurse? Here we see Dwight in his natural habitat, a locker. Be quiet or the killer might hear you. Ding. A meeting will now come to order. So I was thinking, if we all stopped wiping and gripping and looking at our weapons after we hit one of those little twerps, we'd probably kill them a lot faster. What does everyone think? Any questions? Yes, the shape. Oh, are you seriously stalking me right now?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
That was amazing.
Loved
Please,
it.
people, keep making these.
I loved
It makes our day.
So good.
It's amazing. So hi, welcome again to another exciting episode of This Is Happening right here with us at Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
It's a long name. We're working on that.
Is that the title?
No, I think the title today is the word of the day, Begrutten.
Begrutten.
Well, it's probably pronounced. It's in English. It's an English word.
I know, but I wanted to, butcher it.
We'll get to the definition a little later in the stream. So first of all, thank you, Bjorn, for the help you're gonna give us eventually. And then thank you to our mods. We have a shit ton of mods today. Let's thank them all. I know Clyde is here. I know Sassy is here. Not Queen is here to help. Thank you very much.
What's up?
Peanuts is here. Congrats, by the way. And Suggestive and Sujan.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us once again. Stop fiddling with the camera, Bjorn. I mean, do your job, but, quickly. All right. Bjorn's the man with the plan. There you go.
It's true.
Today with me, as a special co-star host, I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I checked if my name was correct. I was like, am I the game? I am, yeah.
Yay, yeah. There's a, whatever. It's not how I write my name, but that's fine. That's fine. It's okay, we'll get to it. All right, so quickly in the news and announcements, I want to go through the challenges So the anniversary recap. Essentially, the anniversary for us was a great success. It was super fun. We saw that the players out there, were very excited about it. We got a lot of really cool feedback.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The challenges were something that we didn't expect to be as much fun as they were.
Yeah.
Some of them, I wouldn't say broke the experience, but some of them made it so that some of the days were actually weird to play a little bit.
Oh my
People would
God,
jump
yes.
into a game and just pallet drops everywhere, and you're like, "What? I'm trying to play the game."
That was
here."
a challenge. That was a challenge for survivors.
Fair enough, but the people who weren't aware, let's say, may have had a difficult
It's
day
true. It's true.
playing the game. Still, it was quite a lot of fun. That leads me to. I just want to recap quickly. I have a few images. I want to show what was given out during the anniversary. There's a lot of really fun stuff that was given out. You all have it, but I still want to go through them because it's absolutely awesome. You have that in the folder. So that was day one. You can put it bigger. We had the Dweerder and the Bolo Machete for the Trapper. Really cool. Day two, we had the old school Windbreaker for Claudette and the Bloodlust Axe, which is absolutely brilliant.
That looks
I think
awesome.
a lot of our very active cosplayers got quite excited by some of the new stuff we put in there.
Seriously.
Day three, we had the Old Man Jake,
Oh man.
beautiful, and the Spike Maul. Day four, we had the classic Sleeveless for Nia and the Bridal Saw, which already I've seen a few cosplayers sort of talk about how
Wait, day 4 was 2 killer cosmetics?
This-
Just kidding.
I get jokes.
I'm sorry.
It took me a while,
It
though.
did though, yeah.
Day 5, we got the red trim leather hoodie, which, by the way, is quite shinier than the Street Mag.
It really is.
But it was on purpose. And the Iron
it.
Chuckles.
That looks sick.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. And then day 6, we obviously had the Groaning Storehouse.
Look at that thing.
Really cool new map. Obviously, this is putting a lot of stress tests on the new map. We already know that there are a few things to fix.
Oh my
It's
God,
coming.
yes.
But I think overall people are liking the new map.
Yes.
So that's really cool. So that's the recap in essence. We also kicked off the contests for the cosplay, the fan movie, and the fan art.
I'm super excited to see that.
Yeah, me too. The information can be found on Steam and on our official website, so look it up. I know I've seen already a lot of people that have already some stuff done, which is going to be very exciting for us to look at. I like that quite a lot. And the other thing that happened in the anniversary that I want to talk about, that Sunday, last Sunday,
Yes.
some of us were here playing the game
That was really fun.
with you, and it was so much fun.
It was really fun.
It was much more fun than I expected it to be. I didn't expect it to be boring or anything,
Yeah.
but it was quite a lot of fun. So we'll definitely do that again. I don't know exactly what format it's going to take. I don't know exactly how, but we're also going to try to put it, for instance, you have a channel that you streamed on for that time.
I did, yeah. I didn't
there's
save
a-
my videos, but...
Well, that's it. So
something
there's a
different.
few people that will need to set up a little better just because they're not streamers. They don't stream on a regular basis. They might have streamed in the past or already had an account, but really it didn't matter. Morgane, Patricia, and you specifically. Louis streams a little more, and obviously Not Queen is a streamer. But so saving your videos and making sure that everything is set up properly, we'll do this a little better. Maybe get a few more people because we had some people that were sitting with us playing. They weren't streaming. If they don't want it, they don't want it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think they all heard Matt screaming though, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
It's
Lamarche.
tough not to hear Matt Walker.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I loved it.
So yeah, we had a blast doing that, and we'll do that again. The other thing that we're going to do again is the challenges.
Yes, absolutely.
So talking to Gabrielle about that, we really feel that those challenges were a blast, and they made people excited about the game, and so we want to do that again. We want to find really cool stuff to trigger with that, and maybe some challenges that will be much harder. I think I wouldn't say we sent some soft balls, but I mean they weren't.
Some of them ended up being softballs. Was that some of them were
But we didn't know.
really big
I mean-
hardball as well, and it's like
Yeah, some of
ooh,
them made it like
that was tight.
yeah,
that was
but
tight.
we want to make sure to put even more challenges in front of you,
Oh, that'd be
and
amazing.
we'll give out some really cool stuff.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that kind of thing. We're absolutely going to be doing that.
And I hope that they enjoyed the anniversaries, the anniversary offerings.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, that's true.
Which are still operational for the
Yeah,
time
if you
being.
have them in your inventory, you can still use them.
Yeah. Oh, but they haven't been removed from the build yet, I don't believe.
I think so. That was the last patch, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay,
I
we'll
wanted,
have to
I want
check.
another one. We'll see. I'd love to keep
Someone
that
can
going.
tell us in there probably, but
Yeah, and there's no anniversary content on the consoles, which made me sad too.
yeah. Well, the thing is, technically,
It's not their
the
anniversary.
console didn't have an anniversary.
I
It
know.
just
It's
launched.
their birthday. It's their birthday.
But they got a special edition. It's got everything in it.
We can give
So
them a cake.
that's a beautiful segue into the console
I love
right
it.
now. So anybody in North America right now can play the game on console, on PS4 and Xbox One. It's amazing. It's really cool to see those new people coming in. Anybody in Europe will have the game tomorrow. So very exciting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I started playing actually. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. I actually had a game yesterday at my desk here with Nia.
Oh yes. of course.
And people don't know exactly how to play the game yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we always knew that our onboarding is weak.
Mm.
It's much better now
Oh, yeah.
with
We're getting there.
well, we actually have some. But oh, they are not removed. Got 2 cakes today. There we go.
I love hearing that.
So they'll be coming in. They'll be coming out. We'll be removing
some
them.
point,
But
at some
for
point.
now, you can farm them.
Yeah.
But that's it. So on the console right now, if you get the console, you have a special edition which comes with obviously
The nurse?
So the last breath, a flesh and mud, and the spark of madness.
Absolutely.
Also comes with the bloodstained sack and the 80s suitcase.
I saw that. That was really cool.
All of that is included in the console game. Halloween, the Halloween chapter will be coming
My ears.
very soon,
Excited for that.
but it is not part of the original offering on day one of console.
No.
Separate thing, and it needed to be treated a little differently. But it will be coming to console, and it will be coming quickly to console. It's just not there right now. Yeah. So I wanted to. Oh yeah, we absolutely need to address the matchmaking was not perfect on console. Actually, there are a few issues on there. The biggest one was that sometimes survivors would end up looking for lobbies forever.
Yes.
And they were sort of phantom lobbies that would. I'm not going to get into the details because I'm not the technical guy to explain, and I'm probably going to say something stupid. But essentially, there were some sort of black hole lobbies that got created, and a lot of survivors got sucked in. The absolute workaround for this is to start a survive with friends by yourself.
Yep.
This bypasses this bug completely. But if not, then you unless you're aware of this workaround, it's not gonna happen. We patched it for PS4. Xbox is gonna take a couple days probably, and that's out of our hands. It's the fact that when we want to patch on console as opposed to PC, we need to submit it to either Sony and Microsoft, and then they need to approve it and then push it, which takes time. So yeah, it is a bug that existed on PC in some form in the past. It's slightly different because console right now uses our own matchmaking instead of using the Steam matchmaking, obviously. So it's a little different, but we fixed it for PS4. We're gonna fix this on Xbox also. The other side of that bug, there are some killers who start a lobby and wait forever and nobody ever comes in. Those are the same black hole lobbies, but seen from the other side. The workaround for that is simple. If as a killer on console, you have 0 survivors after, let's say, 2 minutes. This is not normal. You should have a filled lobby very quickly, but if you have nobody after, let's say, 2 minutes, back out and go back in, and it's most likely going to be fixed. But if you wait there forever, it's not. You're not in a place where it will be resolved. You have to back out and go back in. So yeah. Sorry about that. I mean, it's very difficult. Well, matchmaking is not a simple thing, but also on console, when we test things, we test in our own sandbox, in our own context. When we put it live, it's it doesn't act exactly the same way. So we had some surprises, but I think that overall the experience is pretty good. I had a flawless experience when I played, except for the fact that I kept screwing up generators and nobody came to kill me. And then I took my time and opened chests and I was just walking around, la 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 la, and you see the killer pass by and like, this is fun.
I had a good time with that too.
So that's where we go into the tips and tricks. So I'd like you to try to give a little bit of a, a primer for new survivors and new killers out there.
All right, well, welcome. Anybody who's new and that aren't sure about how to play the game necessarily, you will die. This is natural. If you've played like Dark Souls or any other game of that nature, it's gonna happen. It's part of the experience, and your skill level will slowly increase as time goes by. Keep in mind, you will be very scared at the beginning and frantic. It's normal. So when you start, what I would suggest is start by playing Killer or watch a Killer stream to understand the mechanics that are behind what the Killer does. When you run, you leave scratch marks behind you, which are very easy for the Killer to see. When you walk, you don't. When you crouch, it's harder to be seen, so you can use objects to hide behind. And your best objects in the map as a survivor to hide or to escape the Killer are using vaults or pallets. Those are your boys. So when you go and you sit on a generator, you look around and you find your nearest vault or pallet, and that's your escape route. Obviously, if the Killer's coming from that direction, you should have an alternate escape. As killers, you're playing to try to find the Killer survivors. What I would suggest is go around the map in clockwise or counterclockwise manner, whatever it doesn't matter. You basically just follow generators and go from generator to generator until you find a generator that's working. In theory, there should be survivors around that area. If you can't find them, move on to the next one. You will eventually find somebody who is running around. If you listen for loud noises, these are when pops occur. So it's like, and you're going to see like an actual effect on the screen. Look in the direction. Something has happened that is getting your attention. That will tell you that a survivor has screwed up in an area or have done a specific action. What's up?
No, I'm just reading the comments as you're explaining. You're doing a very good job, by the way. I appreciate your explanation. Some people are saying, nobody uses lockers except White.
Well, I haven't said lockers yet. I was going to get to lockers. Lockers are amazing, all right? So these lockers are a bit more advanced tech. If a killer is coming to the area as a survivor and you hear the heartbeat, you can try to get into a locker as quick as possible, silently, obviously not loud, so it doesn't make a sound for the killer. And then when the killer comes, he'll try to walk and see where you are. If he doesn't find you, he might leave the area. As lockers are becoming more useful now because of perks like Quick and Quiet, which actually negate the sound and the loud noise when you get in, killers are going to look for people in lockers more often, so don't blame me when you get caught.
Yeah. It's funny because there's those waves in the metagame where nobody uses lockers anymore because it's impossible, you'll get caught, and then so nobody uses lockers, so it becomes a really good place to hide, and then
it's
so
amazing.
On forever.
Yeah. If ever you want to use lockers effectively, you can wait for someone to break a pallet, and while they're breaking a pallet, you can jump into the locker. It covers the sound. When someone's being hooked, you can jump into a locker. It's the same thing. It will mask the sound. Most killers will miss this. So I've done loops. Drop the pallet. As they break the pallet, I jump into the locker after running forward a little bit. So they think that I've gone in that direction, they'll go in that direction, and by that time, it looks like I've left the area, and I have not. So those are my little tips. And for killers, you can lunge. If you hold the attack button, you will do a longer attack. It will be 1.5 seconds that you move at 150% of your speed to try to hit somebody. Sometimes it's better to hold on to your attack and not swing right away until you're right up to somebody, because some survivors are very squirmy and they move around a lot. It's very difficult to hit them. So don't get frustrated. Breathe after swinging and missing a few times, and then aim, and you'll get the guy. You have the power.
Can we make slow entering the lockers completely silenced?
Maybe.
But there's a little sound, but that's always been part of the game, is if you're a killer and you pay really close attention to the sounds happening around you, either hearing someone breathe or something, there's like footsteps, you can hear them around you.
Yeah.
That was always the point.
I also saw on Reddit a post by Tiny something, I don't remember your full name, I'm sorry, I responded to it, but they had a great post on basically what you can do and what you can learn from Dead by Daylight as killer or survivor, and it gives you a ton of videos.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good guides out there.
Yeah, this one was awesome. It's fairly recently reposted on Reddit. I think it was from 7 months ago, the actual guide itself. Yeah. Releasing with Myers. So it's pretty relevant for our console players now.
Oh, someone is asking Bill on console. So unfortunately, the Left 4 Dead chapter or the Left 4 Dead update, the Left Behind update, is not something we can put on console because it's Valve stuff and they don't want it anywhere except on Steam, which makes absolute sense. So unfortunately, that is not what's happening.
Damn.
Yeah. No, we didn't speak yet about the reworks coming, but we can get to that. The one thing I wanted to say is we have now posted on our official website the opening for a new mod position. It is a volunteer position, but we need help with the moderators. They are doing an amazing job, but the community is growing by leaps and bounds, and the influx of people from the console world will actually make this difficult. So we want to make sure we get the right people to help out the moderator team. So you can submit your resume and your information and everything. It is really, really warm.
Yeah. One note: you can get Bill's perks.
Bill's perks.
But they're not
on
Bill's
console?
perks. They're going to be called different. They're
No,
called the same thing,
yeah.
but they have different icons. They do the same things as well. So it
Yeah.
is possible to get them on a console, but a little harder, I think. Is it part of the general perks? I don't remember.
I believe so.
If it's part of the general perks, anybody can pick it up. So you'll probably have more borrowed time than you would naturally. So, you
Uh,
make the decision.
Yeah. Thank you. Sujan has posted the job position. What is it? How come? Will you make a bloodletting shirt available for other characters? Might actually happen. And if we do, it's probably going to be another promotion through the merch store. So
Awesome.
that'd be really cool. I think that's it for the news and announcements. We can get to some questions. Let's start with that. Yes, there are general perks available for any survivor. Thank you, Bucket.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. What is this? This is not happening.
Somebody's asking if there's still some toothpaste
No.
on the chairs. I'm not
No.
sure which one it is. I didn't actually check before I sat
No, it
down.
was this one, and no.
Oh, Phil did a good
There was
job.
a lot on the floor too. It smelled fresh, I guess. Okay, so tell me, what are the current ideas for the Doctor rework? So the Doc won the contest, the survey on which killer should be reworked first. And when we did that, obviously that means the others will also get a rework, just not the first.
Yeah, priorities are now set up. So the Doctor will be getting a rework. We've sat down and thought about it, and we've come up with, I think it's 5 different ideas that we're going forward with, that we believe we're going forward with. We're going to test them out, obviously, and internally, but these sound pretty good so far. So we're going to give Snap Out of it synergy with healing. So that means any perks or add-ons and skill checks will be affected within Snap Out of it. Snap Out of it doesn't have any skill checks. I do believe we actually let that back. The skill checks will be the skill check affliction, which makes skill checks appear randomly on the screen, will be part of his base kit at 50% in Tier 1, 75% in Tier 2, and 100% in Tier 3. With the change of that affliction, we'll have to make the buzzing a constant sound. We're not have to. We're going to make the affliction become so basically when you're in treatment, your heartbeat or the treatment sound will become a static buzzing that is 2D and you don't know exactly where the killer's coming from. It will be in 2D, I believe, in Tier 2 and 3. Tier 1, 2, and 3 level the second add-on. And then it will be, I believe, it's 1, 2, and 3, and in punishment, I believe, in Tier 3 as well. That you're going to get the static buzzing, so it's going to be super scary to lose the heartbeat in punishment. And then the last one, the Carter's Notes, is 1, 2, and 3, and I think 2 and 3 are, you get the buzzing in punishment. McLean might be able to back me up on those numbers. As well, the shock therapy wasn't rewarding enough, it felt like, to a lot of players. So when you shock therapy somebody and you successfully hit them, of course, they will have 3 seconds of interrupted action. So they won't be able to drop pallets, they won't be able to vault, they won't be able to work on a generator, they won't be able to open up an exit gate, and in theory, they won't be able to unhook somebody. which we will have to double check to see if that is difficult or not. And I believe, and the last one, for the red stain. A lot of people had difficulties using the red stain and seeing the benefit of it, and the randomness of the red stain made it quite difficult to use and not knowing exactly when it was on somebody. So as it's been suggested and as we've talked about before, we're going to add the red stain on the player. So it's going to be removed from the doctor, which like it is as it currently is, at the beginning of a chase instead of just randomly. So every time you start a chase for 5, I think it's 6, 8, 10 seconds, something like that, or maybe longer, 12 something. Anyways, you're going to have the red stain on you during the chase, and you won't see it on the killer. So it should be pretty crazy. Hopefully not too broken. Taruki.
Yeah.
We're going to test that out. And and a snap out of its score. So whenever you do snap out of it, you're going to get points for doing so. So let us know what you think.
Okay. Oh, I already answered that. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to my precious mods in the Discord channel. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I was trying to get something to absolutely leak about the next chapter, and right now some people are struggling to try to get it from me and see if we can actually show it. That would be fun.
Did you ask?
I asked Olivier, and he's running around to Mathieu to see if the concept is something we can show.
Cool.
All right, next. When will we get more swamp, asylum, and hospital maps? Now with a new chapter.
Could I just follow
Yes,
up?
please.
Wolfie owns. You have a really good point. At one point, we wanted to put skill checks in the snap out of it. So we're still in the designing phase, just finalizing it. So it wouldn't make any sense to have 100% skill checks anymore in Madness 3 because you can't actually get skill checks. So we'd probably have to put it 100% in Tier 2 and 75% in Tier 1. Thanks for noticing. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Will we get more swamp, asylum, and hospital maps? Yes, that's absolutely going to come. We don't have one in the works right now, I can tell you that. But yes, we will have more of those coming, for sure. Is there any chance that the in-game t-shirt you get on the online store will be available for all survivors? So I just mentioned that we very likely will do other promotions with the merch store with other survivors. Okay, as we can see, you guys have to do something with the face camping thing. I know you said it's a strategy, but look at the forums. Please do something. Good game, by the way.
Yeah, well, we are looking at the face camping, obviously, as we always have been.
Yeah.
Camping itself, there are counters in the game currently, but maybe not enough counterplay for the survivors. We are looking into this in a stalemate cube. If you've been following what the cubes have been, they've been little packages focusing on an area of the game that we're looking to improve and present to you as a grouped idea. In this one, we would have things like the hatch standoff and the exit gate included in this one, as well as unhooking from all sides is a possibility. So that means that you can actually come from any side of the hook and unhook somebody, and the killer could potentially hit the body instead of you, which would be pretty cool. And finally, a concede mechanic for killers. So after the exit gates are powered, the killer will have the ability to leave the game and say, okay, look, it's over, we're done, I want to play my next game. So they concede. And the survivors will get their escape points, they'll get their 5,000 points, and the killer will be able to keep any points that they've gained up to this point. They will not be penalized from that point on.
Good. Will the upcoming killer break the game more successfully than the doctor was able to? Ha! Well, we think that the doctor did its job.
Yeah.
It broke some things, and it made it, the stealth became more of an issue, let's say.
Yeah. You had to work harder to be stealthy.
Yeah.
And it showed how much, well, the idea was that it was supposed to show how much stealthiness was useful against the doctor.
The value of it.
Yeah, lockers, by the way, against the doctor are probably your best thing, just because you don't gain any madness. While you're inside a locker, you can't be shock therapied, and you degrade madness very quickly. So it's a fantastic tool to evade the doctor and help yourself. Yeah. But the next one, I believe, will be quite different than what they're expecting.
Yeah, it's gonna screw up everything.
I'm assuming like the nurse.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm assuming
it's
it's
probably
like
the closest one.
Yeah.
Is the new killer called the GNU?
No. I apologize.
All right, but you
Okay,
shouldn't.
I know.
Own up to it,
Okay.
like McLean does.
McLean loves that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you should absolutely go for it. When will the workshop become available? We don't have a timeline on that, but it's something that we keep coming back to, saying we absolutely want to be able to enable the workshop so that people can submit stuff, and then we'll have community votes on it, and then we'll put that in the game. It would be so fun. So we'll see. Fixed for the killer lobbies on live consoles. It's fixed as of now. They shouldn't get empty lobbies anymore. Well, that's incredibly good news.
That's awesome.
So, yay!
Thank you,
Amazing news live.
Thank you, Remy.
Well, that's Josh. Thank you, Josh. Okay. Will and when will you add other animals? So we've
Well,
talked
that'd be
about
amazing.
that, like rats and whatnots everywhere.
Bunnies.
Yeah. Pig.
Yeah, pig, yeah.
Get the pig back.
Re-add the pig.
Yeah. It would be really cool, but right now, unless we get a good excuse to do that, like it's part of a new theme, or it needs to have an incentive to be pushed to the top of the priority list. Let's say that's sort of how we work. So yeah, that's exactly the question. Can you please console survivor instead of Bill? Console exclusive survivors instead of Bill. We're open to that. It's going to be
Actually-
conversations with Microsoft and Sony. It'd be cool.
It'd be really cool if Bill got an alternate survivor look.
Yeah.
That could be used on consoles.
Yeah. Getting Nathan Drake, let's say,
Ooh, that'd be nasty.
on
There you
PS4
go. Yeah.
and on.
But his perks wouldn't work for that.
No,
That's
it
maybe
wouldn't.
perks.
Although
And then they become
Unbreakable
general on
sort of
PC.
works with Nathan
Oh,
Drake.
yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, and he gets the job done.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a tough fella. And then on Microsoft, I don't know who would get.
You don't get Master Chief? Would that be just too much?
It's a little much.
You can, like,
But
uppercut
yeah,
the
but
killer.
no armor.
No armor. Oh,
Just
beautiful.
Master
He's a
Chief
Spartan.
on his holiday.
Just a Spartan.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
guy.
What's the lieutenant? What's his name? Oh,
I
I
have
don't
no
remember his
idea.
name anymore. Damn.
Uh,
Anyways,
Ah.
Kratos survivor. Come on, that's not even fair.
Kratos.
He'd be more of a killer. He'd just drag people across. Come here. Yeah.
It'd be an interesting killer.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty brutal.
Oh, so what is this, Olivier? Ooh, I can view this. Oh, why did you send it to me as a text? It's not useful, Olivier. Oh, because he's got it on his phone. So I have the sneak teaser on my phone right now.
Nice. Are you gonna show it to them on your phone?
Yeah, that's probably the best thing I can do. Oh, that's cool.
I'm sold.
Oh my god,
Any
that's
fat
telling
killer suit.
nobody anything. That's great. Okay, so we'll get to that in an instant. Where were we? Oh, charity pack. Is it coming to the game? Yes, it is. Every week. I'm so tired of saying that, but that's fine. I'll keep saying it because I love you, all of you. But the charity case, we are working against a ton of red tape to get that done. And we will get it done. You will get all those juicy outfits in your hands whenever we can.
Beautiful.
Will you guys add new chase soundtracks for each killer specifically? The nurse, the hag, the doctor, and the new upcoming killer. It's kind of weird that you guys added new chase soundtracks for Myers, but not the others.
Myers actually came with his theme music as
Well,
well.
you couldn't do Michael Myers without that.
That's what I
little
mean.
sound.
I mean, like, I think that is one of the reasons why Myers was particularly targeted there.
Yeah.
I don't think we're against making new chase music. I think we did make new chase music at one point.
Yeah.
That wasn't for Myers when we'd come out. I think we made another alternate version or two alternate versions.
The thing is, if we say every single new killer needs to have their own music, then it's adding on top of the cost of creating a chapter, and we want to make sure that we can make chapters happen at a good rate.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. Any plans to combine resilience and this is not happening? This would be one of my favorite perks if it happened, but separate. I will never use these perks.
Oh, what do you mean never? We'd like to buff these perks, actually. So this is not happening. I would love to put it so that it has an effect on the size of your skill checks, and I want to make sure that the buff on the skill checks is large enough to make it actually useful for you. And I'd like to increase the amount of skill checks that you'd get while injured as well. I'd like to offer other injured perks. Those would be new perks in theory. and I would love to update resilience so that it actually tells you what it does. It does also unhook people faster. I think you can vault faster. Pretty much any action you do, search chests, anything, it just needs to be added to the text. Perhaps get a tiny boost. I'm not sure yet. But we want to make these more appealing to you. I like the injured gameplay mixed with Iron Will. I'm excited for what's coming too.
Okay, I'm sorry if I seem distracted. I'm working on getting you some juicy leaks. Juicy leaks. There we go. All right. Next question. What about your own matchmaking that you've tested for a day? When would it be ready for full release? So the good news on that is that the matchmaking is the one that is being used right now for PS4 and Xbox One. This is the same matchmaking that was used for 24 hours on PC. Now it's fully functioning on console. We're patching it right now. Once we're happy with the state of it, we'll flip the switch again. We just want to make sure that it's perfect before we switch it back. It needs to be an improvement on the Steam one. So when we did it for 24 hours, a lot of people were saying it's much better. A lot of people were saying it's much worse. We're not going to flip it until we're confident that there's a high chance it'll be better. And if we flip it and we realize it's still not better for everyone, flip it back until it's ready.
Fair enough.
What do we have here? Oh, PC and mobile wallpapers have been released. That's really cool. Thank you very much. I know that Not Queen has worked very hard on that, so thank you for that. We'll link that in the chat for all of you out there. I'm sure Murph will copy that link out there. All right. I put a new image in there. What about your... Okay, what happened to your idea for healing rework?
We postponed it for the time, yeah.
It's a cool idea, but it's not good enough. Or at least not in this state.
Well, no, it's postponed because we're going to do like an item cube and hopefully touch the flashlight, sabotage, and repair mechanics in general.
All right. Can we please get more cosmetics for all killer? I want to see my trapper in some sexy new treads.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we do have an image for that.
I hope it goes in the game.
Do you want to put it on for a moment?
Can we petition to get this in the game?
I don't know. I think this is the image that went with it. You can take us off. Oh, this is not playing. This. Let's put that in the maybe pile for now.
I'd like that.
Okay. What do you think about the rate? How would you rework him if he won the vote?
The Wraith. I have no idea. No, I'm just kidding. So we have a few ideas. Do we give people a moment to...
Yeah, I think that they're having trouble right now.
I'm enjoying it. Even McLean was like,
There we go.
So, for the Wraith, we're looking to change his cloaked movement speed when you're uncloaking. So when you uncloak, you were slowing down to about 1 meter a second, which is super slow. And it took 3 seconds, and it would be forever, and the survivors would usually get away. Unless you had something like Windstorm or the faster uncloak, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the amount of reduction added to your movement, so you don't actually go slow. You go down about 3-4 meters a second, maybe almost as fast as the survivor, to give the survivor still the opportunity to get away, but put the Wraith in a better position coming out of cloak, sorry. One of the big changes, you know what, I'm not going to go to the big change yet. We're also going to change the growl. We're going to make it tighter, so it's harder to hear, so you don't hear him when he's coming as easily. It's still important that you do have a heads up of when the killer gets there, and his positioning will be more important after that matter when he starts uncloaking. The bell will also be tucked in to 32 meters, just like the terror radius, instead of covering, I think it's 64 meters or something very large at the moment, so pretty much everybody hears when the Wraith cloaks and uncloaks. This is problematic because when you're working on a gen and you hear cloak and uncloak and you're just like, no heartbeat, I'm good, there's no Wraith, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and you really don't have to care. that kind of sucks. So we're going to make it so the Wraith is more stealthy, as he should be. And the add-ons will affect that accordingly. And you'll be able to break generators while cloaked. You're going to run up to a generator, you're going to interact with it, you will break out of cloak slowly, gradually, just for your leg, to break the generator and come back into stealth. No, you can't attack out of stealth. I'm sorry. He's a good guy. Have you ever played against a bad guy Wraith? Jesus. He's trying to be fair with you guys.
Yeah.
And the red stain will be hidden on the Wraith when he comes out of cloak. So for 10 seconds, you can lose your mind and have no idea where he is, other than his growling and heartbeat. And the last thing is that when he is in cloak, we're going to add a black and white effect, like borrowed time. And we're going to highlight blood, anything red. Well, maybe not anything red, specifically the blood. We might highlight other things that are red, which might include prestige outfits. I don't know if we're going to go necessarily there. And like the street mag jacket might be too bright. Anyways, we will look into this. Yeah. Those are the Wraith changes. And
well, there's things that we're thinking about right now. We'll put them in and we'll go, oh, this is not working at all.
That's the sexy package we have right now. We might cut or add, but that sounds about right at the moment.
Will Fung get a gamer hat as a new cosmetic? Could be. It's a very possible thing. Mm-hmm. They are, by definition, something that a professional esports player would be forced to wear, whether they like it or not.
Forced to wear.
Well, it's, with sponsors.
It would just have a crap ton of sponsors.
Yeah, that's it. That's usually what happens.
I love it. Can we have toothpaste in the front?
Will Stefan, Hydri, and Patricia ever stream again? Yeah, probably. And if so, can you guys make sure that the channels are set to save the VODs?
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
Yeah, that's part of what I was saying at first. I think that you and Patricia and Morgan both all had really quite a lot of fun doing this.
It was
and
nuts.
Might do it again.
It was really cool.
So there. What is this? A new game modes, perkless mode, and the trading system still a thing you work on. The new game modes to a certain extent, but a perkless mode is already something that exists in the tournament mode.
I think it's really fun. We should have challenges like that. Win a game perkless.
Yeah. Alright, I'm telling Olivier that I received this stuff, but maybe I'm gonna lie to him and actually show the full version, because he sent me a weird version. There we go.
Lovely.
But he shouldn't know that.
Oh, and the Wraith will cloak faster. I forgot about that. 1 second cloak, I think.
I have a request for borrowed time. Can you make it that it only triggers if the survivor on the hook is there for at least 10 seconds?
I believe that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to make it so that when you have the perk, it would only activate when it's been 10 seconds and you're near a hook survivor. The question at that point is, if 2 people are on hooks and 1 person was put on the hook second, can you save them right away?
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like maybe when we look at the character, we can de-highlight the perk just to indicate that it's not ready. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that to tell you. That's kind of our issue.
Yeah.
But I like the idea. I think it's great.
Can you rework or buff unused item like keys and maps? Can Sabotage get a buff or rework? Can Technician work for sabotaging also? So Technician for sabotaging is... No, that's not what Technician... The idea of the perk was.
That's a person who...
But it could.
He's a tinkerer, I guess.
Can Sabotage get a buff or rework?
I would love to look into Sabotage and see what we can do. I would love to see maybe that when we Sabotage hooks, instead of breaking them, they would make them easier to escape, or give you a free escape, or does something that it makes it so it's harder to use.
I like the wording of this because it says reworked or buff unused items like keys and maps. It's true that keys and maps are not as used as the other items, but they're not necessarily bad, which is how usually people word it, saying like shit items like keys and maps. And it was really cool that actually the challenge that we had where people were asked to use the map and light up items.
Yeah.
It was really cool because we got a lot of feedback from people who had never really used the map. And now they were using it, or they were playing with people using the map and getting the benefits from it. And they were seeing how, the map can actually be super useful.
It's super useful for new players as well. And if you're playing like in the hospital, you can actually find the generators. Yeah. So,
So that was really cool. Maybe we'll need to do something like that with the key.
Yeah. Well, when we nerfed the point generation from the map, we had 300, and then we put it down to 50. People were just like, "This is shit." And I was just like, but that's what I wanted to know. I wanted to see if you guys were using it just for the points. You map scouts. God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, that's coming back though. I think we're buffing the map points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Not to 300. So,
No.
Yeah.
Is Nia gonna get a long hair cosmetic anytime soon? Anytime soon? No, I'd say no. But then again, I'm not the person deciding this, but I'd say no. Oh, she's a short hair kind of girl. Same thing with I'd say Meg with short hair, and it's not gonna happen. No, maybe it is. But then again, yeah, I don't know. How often is a regenerated hook used to make a sacrifice? That's an extremely interesting question,
Sounds
which
so
we
awesome.
do not have the answer to.
I didn't ask. I didn't. Our stats guy's
Yeah.
not here today, and that sounds like a great stat
Yeah.
to have.
Yeah, absolutely. But on the stats side, it leads me to ask about. We had some really cool stats to show. We'll take a moment to do that before we run out of time.
Let's do it.
Do you want to go through this?
Let's do it.
So we our stats guy Julien actually put together a really cool little graph on the use of bloodlust. And now that it's been out for a little bit, take us out. You don't need to see us. A little hard to read right now. I'm sure people will screen cap it and put it somewhere.
It's totally cool. Yeah. So basically, the idea of this is that the average overall speed of the killer. This is for the whole match. This includes when you're standing still, and accelerating, of course. So that's why it is at 3 meters a second. While in Bloodlust, obviously a little higher, because Bloodlust requires you to be moving at a higher speed, and usually you're not standing around unless you're breaking a pallet. That would also be included. Can you show, and I guess you could see per map, the different speeds, the different average speeds, which is the gray one. I'm trying to, I guess I can't see. That's Forest? No. Cold Tower. Cold Tower seems to have the lowest speed for some reason. It looks like there might be a lot of mind games in the area, and not a lot of straightaways. That's pretty interesting.
Next part.
Numero dos. They're not actually almost always, sorry, in Bloodlust. You kind of have 20% of all chases are resulting in Bloodlust, it seems, in Tier 1. From that, in total it's 3.7% that get to Bloodlust 2, and 0.5% that actually get to Bloodlust 3. So you can see that Bloodlust 3 isn't actually attained very often. You're looking at like 1 in 5 chases. And in Bloodlust 1, from what I understand here. Chases can be lost really quickly, so I don't know exactly how long the chases had to have been in process before these stats went through. But we will find more details as we go forward. So you can see, after Bloodlust 1, it seems like there is a 70% chance that ends up with a hit, and it just increases. Obviously, as Bloodlust increases in speed, it makes a lot of sense. And the average duration of Tier 1 Bloodlust is 5.11. I don't know if this means that he started counting the Tier 2, though. I need to ask him about the stats on that one. Yeah. And in Tier 2, the average Bloodlust duration seems to be 6.16 seconds of actually lasting in Tier 2, and then it's 9.24 for Tier 3. But that's only for 0.5% of the time. So if you might, thank you. So the average number of chases per match is 17.8, which is pretty nuts when you think about it. And the success rate of all chases is 35.7%. I would have expected that number to be higher personally. You can see on the different maps it is wildly changing what the results are. I don't have enough view on that to see.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So you can see the average chases per maps per situation. Pale Rose seems quite low. And that's, I believe, all the stats that we have for the moment.
There we go.
Thank you. Hopefully we're going to have more details and more accurate information from my part regarding this stuff in the future.
Yeah. Will there be Dead by Daylight Volume 2? If you're talking about the soundtrack, we don't have enough new material to really warrant making a Volume 2 soundtrack. If you're talking about the sequel to the game, nobody is talking about that at this point. We're still very much focused on Dead by Daylight as it is right now.
Yes, sir.
If luck does not affect perks such as Ace in the Hole and Technician, why can't that be changed? What could be changed, technically?
Yeah. I don't know exactly how we would do it, but we do have a luck revamp coming in one of the cubes. I'm not exactly sure which one it's going to fit in because it's going to be fairly big in terms of a revamp, I hope.
Can you tell us more about the upcoming killer, their perks and their power? That's quite a lot of information you're asking for, and I will certainly not give you that. But I can show you a thing. Can you show the thing, but really fast? And leave us at the bottom, just to scrounge on the picture as much as we can. Yeah, that one. Okay, get it out.
I'm blocking it.
Thank you very much.
Damn.
That was it. That's what you get.
No fair.
Alright. How did your voice actress make their peculiar breathing sounds for the Wraith, Hillbilly, and Hag? So Wraith and Hillbilly were both Phil.
They totally were Phil.
Yeah, Ivanovich, who was here last time, he was sitting right here, spilling toothpaste and talking, or not talking, about level creation.
Yes, sir.
And what he did was just stay there and breathe, I think. And then they recorded him and put a lot of fuzz and whatnot on it.
Yeah,
And
he
used
even
a wah-wah pedal or something.
He even did the palette stun.
Oh,
while
yeah.
It was on stream. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
true.
perfect. It was like obviously the exact same.
Yeah.
Good job, Phil.
How high was your budget when you started with Dead by Daylight? These are very, like, it's like asking a lady her age, I guess. It's the kind of thing. Well, you could in private company, maybe, if we know each other better, but it's the kind of thing that people shy away from.
Usually.
So I'll not get into that, but let's say we really were a small scale game at the time, and we did not expect to really have the scale that we had. We managed to get a little bit of help, financial help from different sources, but really it was a very, very small project at the beginning. And obviously we grew, and in the last year we kept spending money because we kept the whole production team. We actually grew the team quite a lot compared to what it was when we developed the game before launch. So it's changed quite dramatically.
I can imagine.
Okay, first I just want to say I thank you for doing an amazing job with this game, and I appreciate everything you do and every hour you put into this game. Well, thank you. It's very nice. When you end the match, you have the two options, leave and upgrade. Would it be possible to have a third option to go straight to the lobby and join another game without going to the starting screen?
Yes, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
That'd be really
that's
cool.
part of the flow improvements that we hopefully can get.
And to stay in your party, which would be cool too.
Any plans for more brutal Memento Moris in the future?
That'd be awesome.
Today I saw the very rough first draft animation of the new Killer's Mori. Did you see it?
I did. Did you want to give away like one movement?
No, I'm not
even a
talking.
movement.
No, I'm not talking
come
about
on.
it. But I can tell you that the guy dies at the end.
No,
Yeah,
that's new.
yeah, and it was Dwight.
It
It's
was
always
Dwight,
Dwight.
it's always Dwight.
Okay. Will the doctor's perk monitor and abuse? Can you make it so that when he's in treatment mode, he gets the extra heartbeat radius switched on instead of the smaller radius? Or is that already the case? So we talked a little bit about
We
that.
talked about this. So basically, the way monitor and abuse works is based off of whether you're in a chase or not in a chase. If you want to run this perk with the doctor and be effective, in theory, you'd be looking. If you want to play with your tear radius, I would first of all suggest using an add-on. The add-ons that actually affect how big your tear radius is in punishment and how big it is in treatment. We've always made the treatment larger than the punishment smaller, right? So with monitor and abuse, how this would work would mean that by default, when you're in treatment, you'd have a smaller tear radius when you're walking around,
Yeah.
but it would almost be about the same size as what it would have been without monitor and abuse and the add-on at that point. When you get into a chase, it gets exploded, and you can almost have a 64-meter treatment radius, which means that while you're in a chase, everyone's going crazy.
Yeah.
And if they actually have to snap out of it to do an action, this can buy you a lot of time. So it depends on how you set up your build. Obviously, you need distressing with that as well as your add-on and your monitor and abuse.
Why does Ace have a ring on his hand? Is he married? That's a very good question.
Is he? Or was he?
All of a sudden, I think that we went to the same place. He looks like a divorced kind of guy.
I guess
Not
so.
necessarily a married kind of guy.
I guess
But
so, yeah.
who knows?
I don't know.
Also, he's probably not that trustworthy.
I guess so. His past.
Yeah, he's got a troubled past.
Got a trouble past.
I don't know. Maybe the ring is just like a chick magnet.
He does have his suit.
Yeah, he's got a nice smoking jacket
Yeah.
and everything.
Maybe he was taken, like in Kill Bill.
Maybe.
So
Maybe he sabotaged his marriage.
Ah.
Ha! Clever. why don't you hire Horvath?
Why don't you? I am. What?
Huh?
I'm here.
You're a permanent employee. Have you
think
just
so.
been faking every day? You're
I
just
just
sort of
come in.
showing up to
I
work?
just show up, yeah. They kind of just accepted me.
There you go. Okay. I think you look very good for your budget. Thank you.
Aww.
Can you make perk profiles so you can switch between different perk builds for survivors and killers? That would be great.
Yeah, and like label them so you can call them whatever you want. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Queen's giving away my secrets.
Yeah.
Just saying I'm a hobo. Damn it.
Are you?
I shaved my beard. I'm less hobo than
That's
before.
true. It's funny because when we talked to you, like we had the little picture pop up on the link, and you still had the massive beard.
Confuses everybody.
I like this better. It's
Me too.
yeah, it's a
I
good
enjoy
look.
it. Mhm.
Anyway,
Thank you.
I'm sure chicks dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they dig the beard too. It depends on
Yeah, well,
what you're looking
yeah.
for.
Different chicks.
Yeah. Nia long hair, Meg short hair.
Yeah.
How you see it?
Before we get to the end, actually, we might skip some of the questions. It's fine. We do that every time. But I want to go to around the web. We have some really crazy stuff to show, and then I will do other. You're right, McLean. There can only be one, and right now, I believe Seb Duval is winning.
Seb is winning.
Ah, those chops, man.
He's awesome. And he
All right.
shaves all the time. I don't know if he does it. Chip that.
He lives in nature. That's how.
He lives in nature.
Okay, so the first one here we have is from who? Del Segano, I believe. Let me check.
That's awesome.
Yes, Del Segno, sorry. Next one is from El Gunzu. Beautiful little cute
Cuties.
artsy.
Oh.
We have some really cool cosplay here from Niku Violet.
Nice.
Well done, you.
Cool. The red
Uh,
sneaks.
Not the basement, a regular of the show, created this troubling image.
That's
The doctor actually seems to be doing a lot better in this. Like
Yeah.
he's not as distressed as he usually is.
yo, seriously. He's lost his lines.
Yeah, Pizza Princess gave us this beautiful anniversary, dress party.
That's sick. Is that the hillbilly? He's looking slim.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like short,
Yeah.
slim. Then we have a Red X5Z who created this, I believe, for the contest. This is my personal message. I was trying to reach out, I couldn't. If you can contact me, anyway, whatever, find somewhere on Twitter or Steam or whatever else, I want a copy of that board game. I have a regular board game session with friends every Wednesday for the last 10 years. I want this board game in my hands.
That's sick.
So
Where's
let's
the map?
talk. Huh?
Where's the map? I see 4 items.
I don't know. Maybe it hasn't been drawn.
It
I
got
don't
cut,
know.
yo.
Sandy Mizaki, obviously, working on this really cool Nia cosplay. You
Awesome.
never stop impressing us.
I think I wore that exact outfit yesterday when I played. When I played, not in
Oh yeah,
real life.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
in the
"Hmm,
game.
I thought I saw you yesterday. Sweden Fox did this really beautiful, creepy image again. Ideally, that can
Oh,
be
that's
done as a
amazing.
vinyl that you can put on the wall
Yeah.
at home. And then we have Wretched Identity, who's got this stupid, good-looking
Oh, that's amazing.
tattoo of the deer stalker. So yeah, that's the question I forgot to ask when we had the panel with everybody. I wanted to ask Sarah and Andrea, how does it feel to have so many people actually tattoo your work on their skin?
That must be nuts.
It's
That's
crazy.
super cool.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much. That was really cool. What else do we have? Yeah, I want to go back over everything we've discussed so far. Bucket saying so weird. Yes. So I'll quickly go through what we discussed. So the challenges, we loved doing the challenges. It was a lot of work for us. It was a bit chaotic, but in the end, it was super fun. I think it was also useful in certain respect to see what the impact of these things have. The map is a good example also of showing people how to use stuff in the game.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely do that again, find some really cool stuff to give out for people who do challenges, and we'll crank up the difficulty for sure. Anniversary was amazing. Thank you very much for everybody who participated. It was really cool for us to feel the love.
I really liked it.
I did too. The console. So tips and tricks. There are some really cool guides out there. We'll go through that and flag a few maybe. You can rewatch your very educational segment.
Thank you.
Also, matchmaking issues. So right now we have just patched on the PS4 and I believe on the Xbox too for the killer lobbies not happening.
Beautiful.
The Xbox Survivor lobby is still waiting approval from Microsoft. But if you are a survivor that's waiting forever, go out and start Survive with Friends on your own. You'll be absolutely fine. We'll keep tweaking our matchmaking and we'll keep making it better. And we appreciate your patience in this, but actually most people are having a pretty flawless experience so far on console, which is surprising.
One great question.
Yes.
When will we fix the localization?
Oh yes, there are
On
still
console.
a lot of strings missing.
Specifically the loading tips.
Yeah.
I played in French yesterday, so I found out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure when we'll get a fix for that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be folded as part of an update we're gonna do.
For sure. Yeah.
So in the
So
coming
look for
weeks,
it, but,
hopefully we
for
can get a
now,
patch for that.
you're gonna
The
have to
good
bring
thing
it.
is the localization is not done by any of us here,
Yeah.
so it doesn't have an impact on the actual dev production.
That's true.
So we should be able to fold that in pretty quickly. The biggest difficulty is the testing, making sure that it's correct and that you
Sure.
don't get just black boxes or whatever.
Yep.
The other thing that I wanted to mention is the loss of progress. So it seems that we have a few accounts of loss of progress on console.
Me.
You had that on
I
console?
literally had that yesterday.
So we have a few cases of that. We are looking into it as we speak. I got that from a few people. Yeah, so loss of ranks, we are looking into that right now. And then we have the killer lobbies are fixed as of now. Supposedly, we'll still need probably a couple hours to see if there are other instances popping up, but the killer lobbies should be absolutely fixed right now. The rest of the matchmaking we will keep improving, but for now it should be a pretty smooth experience. That's great because tomorrow there's going to be a huge bunch of players coming in from Europe and the rest of the world to join the ranks of the PS4 and Xbox One players. So hopefully you welcome them with open arms, and as you said, and will probably be clipped saying, you will die.
Yeah. Yeah. You will die.
Yeah, that's part of the fun of this game. You start the game and then you get murdered brutally and you go, what the fuck just happened?
And
Wasn't I supposed to play the game? And
You
you go,
try
"Yeah.
again, you go in and you're just like, do. Oh, shit. You run right in.
What am
the
I
killer,
supposed to
you're
do
like,
in
"Damn it,
here?"
No.
Yeah. So there. Last thing is the Halloween chapter is not yet available on console, but it is coming to you. So any minute now. That's not true, but quickly enough. Other than that, we're looking for new mods to fill our ranks. If you're interested, if you think you have what it takes, the right positive, constructive attitude, the desire to help out in this community, and enough time to do it in, then apply to this beautiful volunteer position that could actually bring you tons of joy, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have some very joyful moderators. They seem happy enough. Other than that, I think that's it.
Cool.
You got anything else you want to talk about? Oh yeah, there's one last thing, which I have here at the bottom of my list, and it is the definition of the word Begrutten.
Oh, right. Okay.
So Begrutten is an adjective, and it's showing the effect of much weeping, marred or swollen in the face through sore or continued weeping. So if you've been crying for a whole evening, you might look Begrutten.
Oh, wonderful. So that is an English word.
That is absolutely an English word.
I'm right with that.
There you go. So try to use it in a sentence. Try to make someone cry for a few hours and then tell them they look Begrutten. There. So that's it for now. Thanks again for the amazing people who worked on that video we showed at the beginning of the program.
For sure.
It was
Really cool.
batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And,
Can someone link that?
Oh yeah,
Eventually?
yeah. We will link it there.
Yeah.
And thank you for help from our mods. Thank you very much for again making sure that we are not overwhelmed by weird people. Thank you, Bjorn, for making this happen.
Thank you, Bjorn.
Thank you for joining me. It was
Thank
actually
you for
pretty
having
fun.
me. Yo, for sure.
And yeah, that's it. Go back to play.
Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
Laters.